Hey everyone, welcome back. Today, we're diving into a question that's been making waves in the AI community. Poly AI versus character AI, which is better? If you're a fan of virtual characters, AI roleplay, or just curious about the latest AI advancements, then stick around because we're going to break down what each of these platforms has to offer. Alright, let's start with character AI, or as some people like to call it, C.AI or CAI. If you've been using CAI, you know it's focused on creating in-depth, personality-rich interactions with virtual characters. When you hop onto their landing page, it's clear they're all about immersing you in creative, story-driven conversations. You've got these character personas, and each one is developed with its own backstory, motivations, and personalities. It's perfect for storytelling or even developing role-play scenarios. One key feature CAI offers that people really seem to appreciate is the ability to pin messages. Now, if you're wondering, why is this such a big deal? Well, it allows for continuity in your conversations. So let's say you're role-playing as a medieval hero or some complex character. You can pin specific details like past events or quirks of your character, and CAI remembers that as you go. It's like giving the AI memory, which really brings the characters to life. Now, according to a Reddit user who's been using CAI, this platform is all about building those epic, detailed narratives. They said they use CAI for deeper storytelling experiences. You've got filters, yes, which restrict more violent or explicit interactions, but for some users, that's not a downside. Instead, it keeps the focus on more sensitive and polished interactions. This user also mentions that CAI's language model is refined enough that it stays in character. Even if you throw in something unexpected like asking ChatGPT, it won't break the immersion by suddenly addressing you as a language model. This polish is a big plus for people who value realistic, uninterrupted roleplay. Okay, now let's talk about Poly AI. If you visit Poly AI's landing page, you'll notice a slightly different vibe. Poly AI isn't as focused on storytelling or character backstories. Instead, it's more about letting you create your own type of interaction, with fewer filters and fewer limitations and how you can communicate. It's almost like a blank slate. You just start chatting and the AI adapts to whatever kind of interaction you want. And yes, Poly AI does offer a voice feature, but here's the thing. It's more of a standard voice. It's not trying to mimic unique character voices like you might find in a game or in some other more immersive settings. This means it's good for straightforward conversations but may feel a little limited if you're looking for voices that match unique characters or settings. On Reddit, some users actually love this about Poly AI. They mention how Poly AI doesn't have filters for extreme violence or other explicit themes, which is a big deal for people looking for unrestricted roleplay. One user shared that they find Poly AI great for text role-playing darker, intense themes because it doesn't have the same restrictions as CAI. So if you're someone who wants to explore that kind of interaction without getting blocked or filtered, Poly AI might be a good fit. Another user pointed out that, yeah, Poly AI's memory can be a bit frustrating. It doesn't have the same pinning feature as CAI. So it's like the AI keeps forgetting parts of your story or setting. This user described how they tried to set up a relationship dynamic with the AI, but every time they had to re-explain or remind the AI because it doesn't carry over details as smoothly. And a few users mentioned that while they enjoy Poly AI for the freedom it provides, it can sometimes be confusing. You'll start a conversation and then out of nowhere, the AI might break character or respond oddly, like if you say ChatGPT, it actually acknowledges itself as a language model, which some people find interrupts the immersion. So just to recap what we've covered so far, let's break down the key differences. With character AI, you've got persona options, pinned messages, and a refined language model. But the downsides are the filters. Some users find the restrictions frustrating, especially if they want more freedom in their conversations, and the lack of freedom for intense roleplay. On the other hand, with Poly AI, you're looking at no filters, voice feature, and open-ended interactions. But the downsides are weak memory and less polished character handling. Alright, so which one's better? Well, it honestly depends on what you're looking for. If you're someone who loves to build rich stories with fleshed out characters, then character AI is probably more your speed. It's polished, immersive, and the memory pinning feature alone could make all the difference if you're really invested in creating continuity in your conversations. But if you're more about open-ended, unrestricted conversations where you don't have to worry about filters or limits, then Poly AI might be the better pick. The flexibility it offers, especially if you're into darker themes or more intense scenarios, makes it stand out, even if it has a few quirks with memory and staying in character. So that's our comparison of Poly AI versus character AI. Which one do you think fits your style better? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See you in the next one.